6 years now. So I've been in the art and photography marketing world for quite a bit of time, quite a bit longer than that actually. So seen a lot of things, have some interesting insight on it. Give you the agenda for today. Going to take you through really like a high level, quick demo that will kind of show you who we are, what we do, what the software looks like, what the marketing product looks like, and then I'll come back after that video and rant a little bit about the Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff that we're seeing out there, what we believe that portends for the artist or the photographer, and then we get into the fun part, which is your Q&A. So looking forward to all of that. AMZ, love the hat. Take it away, Taylor.
All right, everybody, welcome to today's session. My name's Taylor. I'm on the marketing team at Art Storefronts, one of the people putting together our many resources and consulting and mentoring our members on a regular basis in workshops like these. Today's session is for non-members, so this is a free, wide-open session, and how it's a little bit different than what you get as a member. Our member workshops, which we hold 5 times a week at this point on various topics, are largely tactical, right? So it's giving our members ongoing advice, tweaks to their strategy, checking in with them, seeing how far they've gotten since we last spoke, and making sure their business is always growing. By contrast, today will be largely about what we call unclogging the drain. Before you're even ready for tactical or strategic advice, you need to get the big thing out of the way. And we found through these non-member workshops that most artists and photographers out there have something. They have a big thing in their way. It can be a mindset problem, some kind of self-limiting belief that if you just simply do away with it, the path becomes clear. Or it could be something more practical, like not doing something that you really need to be doing. Whatever it is, we're gonna find out about it today and fix it for you. Before we get into all that good stuff, I have 2 segments for you up top here, opening remarks. The first one, stuff you need to know about this workshop, how it works. The second, a little bit of an overview on Art Storefronts, just to get some context, set the stage, who we are and what we do. First up, the need to know information about today's workshop. To get in line to chat with us, right? To get unmuted and start to get some help, you need to use the raise hand button in Zoom. So at the bottom of your Zoom window, you'll see the participants button. You're gonna hit that, and that'll open this on the right-hand side, where you'll find the blue raise hand button. You hit that, and that will do it, raise hand. You'll see up here, your name will show the blue raise hand button. That's the system we use. We go top to bottom, unmuting everyone that has their hand raised and helping them out. So if you have a question up front, you want to talk to us, you can do that right now and get early in line, so you'll be one of the first people to get some help today. If something comes up later and you don't have a question yet, but something comes to mind, you can always do it later in the session too. The second thing you need to know is that we have a page that we call the show notes. And that's where we aggregate all of the links to resources that come up today. So if one of us says we have a really good video about that, or we say we actually have a podcast episode that would help you out, you don't need to be hunting around for that in the moment. We're doing that for you. We're collecting it all. Here's what the page looks like. We're gonna send this to you after today's session ends. We're gonna email it to you. So you'll find the replay at the top. Right, so if you have to leave early or you arrived late, or even if you missed it altogether, you can always catch up with the replay here. And then this is the show notes section I was talking about. All the links will be there, everything that came up. So you'll have that. Don't worry about looking anything up. In the moment, we're taking care of it. I should also mention on this page while you're here, there are a couple of request a demo buttons. Those are your go-to spots for either signing up if you just want to get going, or reaching out to us, having a more in-depth chat about our features and our pricing and stuff like that. That's how you start those conversations. If you just want to do your research and get to know us, see if there's a good fit, you hit the request a demo button, you fill out the form, and we'll get in touch. That's how you do that. Okay, second segment today, what even is Art Storefronts, okay? So here is the very quick overview. And like I said, the demo is where they go in depth. They'll do an hour for you. They'll answer as many questions as you have. But today, I don't know how many people here already know everything about us, nothing about us. So I'll just go right down the middle and do a very quick overview. There are 2 halves to Art Storefronts. There is the website software, right? So that is the art selling website. And then there's the marketing program, and that is really the fuel for that website engine. The website could be fantastic. We believe it's the best website software for artists ever designed. We really believe that, and I'll show you why in a moment. However, all of the power of that website is meaningless if there's no one on it. So the marketing program is what completes the whole membership. I'll show you both halves now, starting with the website. There are hundreds of features. It is very difficult to give you a full overview of everything that's going on with this software. So I think I will just show you what's really most important, right? The product page. At the end of the day, everything on your website is designed around getting people here to the product page where then they can check out and buy your artwork. So what is the big deal with these product pages? To explain that, let's just clarify that I'm showing you an artwork product page today. That's the important one. We also have what we call standard product pages, and that's where you can sell anything. If you have ceramics, jewelry, clothing, you can sell all of those product types on art storefronts. It does not need to be solely wall art. But I want to show you the wall art product page because there's an important thing to get straight here. These pages are set up specifically to sell wall art. That's in contrast to a website provider like Squarespace that has to have their product pages work for all product types, whether you're selling artwork or toilet paper or electric scooters, right? It works for everything, which creates a master of none situation when it comes to their features. They have not considered artwork in particular, so they have not addressed the problems, the challenges with selling artwork online like we have. The big deal with selling artwork online is that there is a lot of friction. It is not a product like toilet paper or electric scooters where you want what it does and you find the one that you like and you buy it. It's a little more complicated than that. Buying art is an emotional journey. You fall in love with the work, you get to know the artist through their emails and their social media posts, you save up for it, eventually you get the wall space open, but even then you have questions like which piece should I select and how is it going to look with my wall paint color, how's it going to work with the other pieces of artwork in my collection? Will my spouse like it? How do I show it to them in the best way? What are the media types available? I've never heard of this word acrylic. Is that worth looking into? What size is going to work for my space? I don't want it to look too small or of course too big. All of these questions are where you lose sales. People have those questions, your website does not answer them, and they never get it answered, they leave. You cannot rely on people reaching out to you actively to ask these questions, right? Your website needs to passively answer them for you all the time. Whenever that question comes up, whichever one it is, your website comes in and says, oh, here you go, got the help for you right here, problem solved, keep going, keep making the purchase, right? That is what maximizes art sales. Let's start by just looking at the layout of the page. Image on the left, buying options on the right. Not below, not somewhere down the page you need to scroll to find. Everything is visible on one screen and it's all expanded. There's not drop downs. Everything is image based. This is like the express lane to checking out artwork online. Beyond that, you can offer every version of an image side by side. The open edition prints are right here. With one click, you can start shopping the limited edition prints, signed and numbered, highest quality, that sort of thing. With another click, you're over to the original version of that image. If the original is available, you could step up and buy it right here. Finally, the multi-panel. This is where you break up a single image into 3 prints, right? So it's a huge upsell. You turn one print sale into 3, very sleek and modern presentation. I love that one. If you don't offer one of these media types, like you're a photographer, so you don't have originals, you wouldn't have this tab on your website. This is just showing all the possible options, but you'll set it up to whatever you actually offer. So if you don't have limited editions, it's gone. It's not on your actual site. It adapts to what you actually sell. Within these, let's look at the open edition prints. Now, the big challenge there is explaining the media types. The average art consumer does not know terms like canvas gallery wrap, G-clay print, metal, acrylic. They don't know what these look like. They don't know what they are. So it becomes difficult to make a smart decision until they do. So the website's job is to educate them very quickly and visually. So here's how we've done that. When you click on one of the media types, the preview over on the left-hand side adapts in a subtle way. So this adds a little bit of virtual depth to this image because we selected the canvas option. That clues people in, oh, this is that traditional thick gallery look. Beyond that, maybe they don't know what metal is, you can hover on these tooltips here, the little question marks, and then you can launch a video. These are custom videos we've produced just for our members that show every angle of these media types and summarize the benefits. They're about 15 seconds long, and they instantly create that connection of, oh, that is what I want. Very powerful. Beyond those buying tools, you have the visualization tools. This is for questions like, I love the piece, I know I want it on metal, I'm just not sure if it's really gonna look good in my space, or how large I should buy. That's where the visualization tools come in. Wall preview is the starter there. You can select a room type, and you can get going very quickly, a good representation of what size you need, right? So let's step it up, the 30, that looks good. The 32 looks even better, right? You're stepping it in. We've got wall color here. These aren't random. These are the top selling paint colors from last year from Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams. So there's a high likelihood your buyers will actually find their real wall color right in here. Very simple, very fast. So this helps clear up some of those questions, but we take it to the next level with live room preview. You can see the button here, and also on the product page right here, live preview AR. This is an augmented reality tool that allows people to use their mobile or tablet device to visualize the artwork on their actual wall, not a virtual space, not a hypothetical wall, their actual wall space. So you can see in this video here, it projects it onto their wall. They can start to select the sizing and see how everything looks. They can move it around the wall space, and now there is no translation problem, right? It is not close to their wall color or whatever. It is their real actual space. The most powerful part of this feature, because other websites have this type of functionality via an app. Ours works in the web browser. There is no downloading and installing an app. They're right in the checkout process. They pop open this tool. It works on their phone. They close the tool once they're happy, and they continue checking out. That is the game-changing part of it. So overall, I think that does a good job of summarizing a few of the features of the product page here, but that is your drop in the bucket overview. It goes on and on. Art Buyer AI recognizes and informs you when a likely collector has visited your site. We have tools that allow you to fire off very quick emails to welcome personally new subscribers, to reach out when someone has added something to their cart but not checked out, right? Give you a shot to close that sale. The features really go on and on, QR codes, selling sheets. I couldn't possibly summarize it today. Request a demo if you want to see a little bit more, but that is the engine. The Ferrari in your driveway. Let's talk about the fuel that goes in it, the marketing program. Of course, when it comes to artists, you guys do not want to be marketing. I understand that completely. You want to be creating the work and selling it. That's it. But the in-between step is very necessary, and it is marketing. So let's talk about how we make that process as painless as possible while still getting you doing the work that you must do to grow a small business. The centerpiece to our marketing program, where it all comes back to, is the art marketing calendar. That is the core piece. Everything else just supports this. The marketing calendar is a daily plan that tells you exactly what to do every single day of the year. It provides you with all the email language you'll need to pull off sales, a Black Friday sale, something like that. And it gives you the advice that you need to turn your casual followers into leads. That's people on your email list. Your leads into first-time buyers, and your buyers into lifelong repeat collectors. We walk you through it on a daily basis. It is not overwhelming. It is not a knowledge base where you need to watch 55 videos and then just implement what they said. All you need to do is look at today. We're on Wednesday. What do they say to do? I have 3 tasks to complete. It should take me about 30 minutes. Let's do it. 3 tasks. 1, 2, 3, knocked it out. You have done what you need to do for your business today. It's that simple. Let's look at what this thing is. So up top, attention newbies. This is a section with 4 steps we want our new members to complete before they get down to the full calendar. Some highlights here. We have a workshop every Wednesday where our marketing team will look at your new Art Storefronts website, go through the major pages, and make sure that it's set up according to best practices from a marketing point of view, right? So before you even launch, you make sure you're going to be closing every possible sale. We also have a campaign, a 14-day campaign that we want all new members to execute. It's just like the calendar. It tells you what to do day by day. Post this message on Facebook and post this message on Instagram and send this email. Very simple to follow. And that campaign is themed around celebrating your new website in a way that will generate you some leads and maybe some sales too right up top. So we ask everyone to do that before getting into the calendar with everyone else. Below the newbie section, we have the live workshop schedule that has your look at what's coming up this week, when you can join us in Zoom in our members only workshops. We have some announcements that go here. We have a strategic overview, step 3. This section is written by our CEO and our director of marketing, and in it, they give you their advice, what they would do if they were running your business this month, where your head should be at, right? So the calendar below is your daily bit-by-bit look. This section is the high-level overview, what you should be thinking about your major goals for the month. And then you have the calendar itself. You can see it's day by day. We have a bit of hierarchy here where we put the most important tasks in red and everything else in black. Nothing goes on here that's not important to do, right? So the black tasks are not unimportant. It's just that if you have very limited time, you have family obligations, a part or full-time job, and you can't get to the entire calendar, no problem. Do the red stuff first, and then if you have extra time, do the black tasks. Most people have no problem completing 75% or more of the calendar, though. It's not a huge obligation because we do so much of the work up front for you in terms of writing the subject lines you should be sending and giving you lots of examples whenever anything needs to be created. It's day by day. You've got the major task of the day, and then you've got Go to Tasks, a button that jumps you down the page to the full explanation of the day. It'll give you an objective for the day and then break down what you need to be doing into tasks. 1, 2, 3, do these things. Very easy to follow. Everything else, like I said, supports this system. So our workshops in general are supporting our members as they're following this calendar. You check in with us, you say, I did the Saturday, Sunday task, and I got these results. What can I do to boost them even further? Or I see next week I need to be doing this, but I don't have my head around it fully yet. Can you talk to me a little bit more about it? All that sort of stuff. We make sure our members are moving together through the calendar all at the same time. When we do something new, right? So we've recently started doing these live art shows. We have a playbook on how to execute a live art show from home. And our members are having some huge successes with this, selling dozens of pieces from home on Instagram or Facebook Live. That is an example of something where after everyone does this together, we have hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people running these live shows simultaneously. Then the following week, we have 6 or 7 or 8 of the people that had the most success with that strategy come on a live workshop for our members and just talk through what they did. We hear out, how did they address it specifically? Was there anything that was a little different than anyone else? How did they see that success? That way all of the members can hear what's working from the other members, and then we go ahead and update all of our playbooks with the new learnings. So there is nothing in this program that is static, that is a dead blog post style article from 6 years ago that may or may not be relevant today. We are updating these things on a weekly basis, checking in with our members. If enough people report that this part didn't work for them, it didn't really seem to do anything, it gets pulled out, right? We are live adjusting all of our resources so that when you join in, you get the learnings of the past several years just baked into everything. So I've talked a lot about how our members interact with us, get mentorship and consulting from us via the workshops, but we also have a venue for them to get help from each other when they need to talk shop or just get input from a whole bunch of artists really quick on a topic like, how do you address shipping? How do you go about some kind of tax situation? All that sort of stuff. The Small Wins Facebook group is the place for that. It's private, just for our members, and that is where they go to ask for help, share their small wins, as we call it, all the little successes that stack up into a successful business. Does anyone know how to patent or copyright a design? Get some help from our members on that. So this is the place to go when you need to quickly poll a huge group of people that have gotten further than you, right? That already have gotten where you want to go and have the learnings, the quick learnings that they can summarize for you. That keeps you in line, that keeps you moving, that does not simply present you with 1,000 hours of content and asks you to explore it at your own pace, figure out for yourself which things you should be following and which things you should ignore. This is about the calendar. It's about cutting out all the time you waste thinking about what you should and shouldn't be doing. That is the time saver here, the big game changer. You no longer need to think about all the possible things. We've already done that. We've highlighted what you should be doing, the best return on your time. All right, that is my rant. I was going to say short rant. I know it wasn't short, but it's very difficult to compress everything we have going on into a format like this. So thanks for listening. Again, the website is your engine. The marketing program is the fuel for that engine. So with that said, let's get into the consulting. I think we're all on the same page now, so let's do that drain unclogging I talked about in the beginning. I'll turn it over to our hosts.
All right, thanks pre-recorded Taylor. Sorry about that little glitch. Those things happen. One thing I realized I need to show, it's funny. We have this like um, inter-team communication thing called Slack, where we message, various different team members. And during the course of that thing, I was like, oh, we've got to update this video. It's way, way out of date. So since then, some interesting things that we've added. I'm on a customer site. His name is Bill Stidham. I'm kind of in the Christmas mood, so I'm going to click on the Santa Claus. But just like how we handle our printing, which is, we integrate our software directly on the back end with the printers. And so the orders come in, they automatically go there. They automatically get printed, shipped. You don't have to touch a thing. We've since integrated with a company called Guten, and they offer things like hooded sweatshirts and the phone cases and tank tops, t-shirts, throw pillows, tote bags. And so, there's some people that are super opinionated about these, right? Like, and to be honest with you, I was one early on too. I'm like, this feels a little tchotchke to me, right? Like, if you're gonna be a fine artist, you really want to have this on your site. The reality is that we've had this integration live for like a couple of weeks, and there's a ton of people that are selling a ton of stuff already. And we're gonna add puzzles and calendars and eventually the photo books too. And you can turn these on, right? Like on an item by item basis, right? And so if you're selling fine art and you're like, the last thing I want is like a tank top or anything else, you can decide, he in this instance, he's deciding, I mean, and it's so early on, we're all testing it, but he's just saying, okay, look, here's the image. You can get it on watercolor paper or canvas or metal or wood, right? Or, if you want to order a phone case, you can order a phone case. Well, you could just as easily just put an item in your store for a short period of time and say, hey, here's a Santa commemorative phone case available for the next 30 days only. And you have the ability to do that, right? Where it ships and goes automatically. And I'll tell you, I have this one like big dashboard where I'm seeing all the orders come in. Somebody went right onto his site and bought 4 of these throw pillows, the Santa ones. And I was like, it's totally interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, he's an artist, but now he's like actively selling merchandise too. And the integration is completely native, so you don't have to touch anything. You can turn it on, you can try it, you can turn it off. Just like with the normal print fulfillment, you get an order, it comes in, it goes off to the vendor who prints it, you get paid, the vendor gets paid, it gets shipped. You don't have to touch anything. So it's another interesting integration that we've just turned on and we just offered, and we're going to keep ramping it up and seeing how it goes too. I mean, I think, our customer base is extremely diverse in the various different media types that they work in, how they view themselves as an artist. But some are happy to sell all of those items, and we'll sell a ton of those items. Some just like to use them as upsells, or if you buy an original, I'll throw in a free phone case and this and that. So it provides a bunch of different opportunities, which I think is interesting. The other thing that we've recently launched, it's about 4 months old now, is we have a full-blown in-house marketing agency. And up till now, it's just been servicing our customers with various different aspects of the marketing that we advocate. Running your Facebook ads, tuning up your Instagram profile, tuning up your Facebook business page. And it just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. And I think, for us, we looked at it like, yes, we have a great website solution, but let's be honest, our secret sauce is marketing, right? We're really, really good at marketing. We have been for a long time. So now we have an entire in-house agency that's growing like a weed. And what's amazing about it is, it's an in-house agency that only focuses on one thing: how to sell more art and photography, right? It is an extremely, extremely nuanced activity selling those. It's not like selling swim fins or golf clubs or ladies' handbags. It's just different. The way that art is sold, the way that it's visualized, the way that it goes through. So it's been really interesting to see that grow. And I think, when we first announced it, and this would have been probably 4 months ago, and I announced it on a couple of these Zoom calls, and I was like, if anyone knows of a art and photography selling focused agency, marketing agency, let me know. And I still haven't heard of any single solitary person saying a single one, right? Because it is so hard to do, to sell art and photography. It is so nuanced in how it goes. So I can say without any ego or compunction, I think we have the biggest art specific art and photo marketing agency in the entire world already. just based on the fact that we have 4,500 customers, and I think over 250 or over 300, something like that, have already rolled through with the services. But 80%, I would say, of our customer base are not full-time artists or photographers, right? And if they are, they have a service part of their business. They're not full-time artists. They have jobs, right? And they're trying to build this as a business. And I get it. What we advocate that you do the minute you become a member is build up your marketing muscles and get to the point where you're marketing consistently and do that consistently for years. Well, if you've got a full-time job and kids and a life outside of it, I get that that is daunting to do. So we've just decided to start taking it on and executing it, because the business model that we're advocating that you guys run, the DTC, direct to consumer business model, is amazing. It has incredible benefits. You sell direct, you keep all the customer data, you own everything. You get to market to your customers in perpetuity. There's no 60, 40, 80, 20, 70, 30 split. You can do all of it from now without leaving your house. It's like, oh, that sounds amazing. And it is. It's the best business model you can have, but it doesn't mean it's easy. You still have to market your business, right? And you can never stop marketing the business. And every single solitary person that is on our platform, from the very smallest struggling to get their first sale to the ones that are pushing $1 million a year, they all need to still work on their marketing. They all need to get more advanced on their marketing. It never ends. And so I think the agency does, a really, really good job of just, it's, I need some help. I want to grow this thing a little bit further. I'm willing to invest in my business. Can you guys do this, this, and this, and just take this on for now? And there you go. So we have that going on too. And it's been so successful on what it is, based primarily on, it's sort of just like a la carte services. It's not like the entire meal. Like, we take over 100% of your marketing, that we're actually opening it up for non-members. And if you're on our email list, we tried for the first time this week to email a bunch of people. And it only went to people that have been on our email list for like a year or over a year or something like that, I think was that thing. But the interest has been tremendous already. So I want to talk briefly about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I have to just point out, though, that something tremendous has happened. Okay. We have both a Rembrandt and a Van Gogh on one Zoom call. We got Rich, and then I see Mary pop in and Rembrandt, and one other time there was a gal named Cash Monet that came on. So there was a Monet and a Rembrandt on one. So I just you do these things enough times, you have to find some fun in that. But let's talk about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and technically this Cyber Week that we're in. So Black Friday, this year's Black Friday, second highest e-commerce single day volume in the history of the United States. It was second only to Cyber Monday last year rather. This year's Cyber Monday, and again, we're only 2 days away from it, so the data sort of trails a little bit. Single solitary biggest day of e-commerce volume in the history of our country in one day. And what was interesting is it was actually at the lower end of the expectations that people had set. And what's happened this particular year, and then I'll tell you the themes that I think are important out of it, is Amazon starts with Prime Day. Okay. If you rewind the clock like 10 years ago, Black Friday was actually Black Friday. There were no sales until the day after Thanksgiving, and then it was just crazy until Christmas, right? Enter Amazon Prime Day, which is, October or whenever it is, right? And then everyone just keeps moving their Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales up and up and up and up. I mean, it just starts, and now it like starts somewhere in October, and it's just nonstop till Christmas. So I think that plays into it. Either way, the data in terms of e-commerce penetration driven largely by COVID, right? Like, e-commerce adoption was going to be going up on its own in its own leisurely pace, right? And COVID just exploded the adoption. A bunch of people that primarily would have preferred to go to a store are not going to stores now because of COVID and COVID related fears. And so it just underscores how important it is to be an e-commerce merchant. It underscores how important it is to be selling direct. The fact that you're here, that you're on this call, tells me you're probably loosely interested in this already, which is a very, very good thing, because it's the future, and these habits don't look to be broken or get broken anytime soon. It's just going to be tremendous for time to come, and I do believe that it's in years past, when I've looked at our data and we've grown a bunch, after Cyber Monday, things fell off a cliff, right? For about a week a week and a half, everyone was quiet, and then it picked up again for Christmas, and then it just dropped off right after Christmas. Um, that's just not happening this time. I keep logging in. Like I've got the tab open right here, and I can't show you because it's proprietary. But I'm refreshing it like 8 times a day, and I'm going, why is it not stopping? Why is it not stopping? Cyber Monday's done. Like it should be. It should be toast. We're on track. The last 4 weeks of art storefronts, what we call GMV. It's a gross merchandise volume. It's the sum total of all art, all photography sold on every single solitary website we have, and merch, I should say. And it's set a record pretty much week in, week out, going up and up and up. And this week is trending to be yet another one. And so I say that it is looking so good for the future of art and photography sales online, and it shows no signs of slowing down. We are sort of just on sale from now till Christmas. It's so I say that with the purpose of saying people are not going out and shopping. There's nowhere to get art. The art galleries are closed. The shows and fairs, no one is going to them. Okay, but they're still buying art. We are spending more time in our collective houses than we ever have in our lives. And guess what? You're finally sick enough of looking at that ugly blank white wall to do something about it. Okay. So from now till Christmas, and I'm just giving you some inside baseball, we are instructing every single solitary one of our customers to be on sale from now till then, to have a sale in the water from now till then. Because let me tell you, the way that it works in e-commerce is you're trying to catch fish. Okay. You're trying to catch fish. And everyone thinks, ooh, I had a sale 2 weeks ago. I can't have another sale. The only people that see your sale are the fish when they're right up at the surface. And that's when you can catch them. Otherwise, they're down here. They're down here. Okay. They're seeing their family. They're getting ready for Thanksgiving. They're watching cat videos. It doesn't matter, but they didn't see your sale. Okay. So when they come to the surface, and you'll never know when that is, it all comes down to whether or not you have a line in the water. You have a sale in the water going. And this is not like a big secret. Okay. Look at your email boxes. Look at every single solitary banner on every news site you've been to. Sale, 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 sale. It's all just motivation to get human beings to take action. And when that fish comes to the surface, your product is in the water, you stand a better chance of selling it. That's it. So I'd say big picture, that's my advice at a macro, but very, very encouraging trends, I think. Okay. I'm very pleased about everything that I'm seeing. And I think it just portends so well. I mean, you have to see the silver lining. You have to see the good in any situation. And COVID has decimated your competitors. Okay. By the way, decimated your competitors to sell direct is what I mean. Like art gallery, I feel terrible for them. They don't stand a chance. The sheer number of those guys that are going to emerge on the other side of this is probably going to be 5 to 7%. I don't even understand how you keep that business open. Maybe you could have handled one disaster, COVID 1.0, COVID 2.0. I honestly do not know how you survive that. You just don't. The shows and fairs, they were great, and we love them. We advocated for them a tremendous amount. The problem is they only work at full capacity, right? They're hit or miss, but they only work at full capacity. So when you have these bigger events where people are skittish and they're gun shy, even if we get a vaccine, people are going to be gun shy for a couple of years. It's just how it's going to be. And so all of those things is venues, is avenues to sell your art and photography are not going to produce like they did. They're not going to produce for a long time. And so the odds of you getting through those in a successful season are also not there. They're also not there. So I'm extremely pleased for you guys on this call, whether you ever sign up or not, for all of our members, because this is the true disruptive moment to art. It is when all of you guys say the gatekeepers, the galleries, the shows, the booth fees, any of that nonsense, I don't need it anymore. Yes, you have to do your marketing. No, that's not easy. No, there's no shortcut to that. I'm sorry. But look at the upside. You're selling direct. You could sell direct worldwide, and all your business is based on, and you keep 100% of it. Your whole business is just based on how much attention you have. That's it. I mean, it is just a phenomenal time to be an artist or photographer. It's sort of like, the musicians when the MP3s came out, and it's like, yeah, my record sales are going to, my actual record sales are going to suck, but I can get my music in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and I couldn't do that before unless I paid a radio station. So exciting times. Exciting times. But I want to open it up to your questions. You can leave a question on Facebook or YouTube if you're in there. You can certainly leave one in the chat if you don't want to come on video. That's a-okay. Or you can leave your camera off. And there's a raise hand feature on the chat. But I'd love to hear where you are in your business, what's going well for you and or not. Ophir, yeah, you can just send me a message in Messenger or something. Can you send the Zoom link? I see. That's what he's asking. Yeah. So any questions? Who's put in the chat for me right now? How many of you guys are actually on sale or have a sale going right now, or have a sale, please, that you're going to plan between now and Christmas? I'm going to put that in there. Oh, Fear, I just put that thing on Facebook for you, or it should be. Okay, good. Hands up. Rich, you're the only one that's on camera. So sale between now and Christmas, yes or no? Good, good. Got to get on sale. It's just too important. It's sort of remarkably good. Matthew Stein, lots of sales, good, phenomenal. Yeah, Othir, I see it. You can just come right on. Yeah, good. Sandra's saying she's on sale. I appreciate it. Okay. Rich, I'm going to go to you next, and then Wesley, I see yours too. Go ahead.
Thank you, and thanks for the both of you for the great presentation. I've talked to Brian a couple times,
Sure.
and I'm really excited about the platinum offer that you offered right now. And I believe, like what you do, what you said, that I don't think the brick and mortar galleries. I had a brick and mortar gallery for 3.5 years. I'm sure glad that COVID wasn't happening when I had it, because I barely hung on when I had it. And they'll always be there. After COVID, there'll be galleries, but I mean, if you just look at Amazon, everything has moved to the internet. All shopping, even groceries, people are grocery shopping online. So I'm really excited. I'm really also glad that you're considering, or that you have started offering marketing as another product as well, because not that I don't, not that I'm not a marketer, or not that but I know that you are better than it than I am.
Yeah, yeah.
So
when you do it exclusively, you know what's so hard about it, Rich, though, is that you know you have to get out of your own way and kill your own sacred cow sometimes, right? For me, the way that I look at it, because I'm the marketing guy, and the majority of the teaching inside is mine and my teams and the playbooks and everything that we do. Like the way I look at it, it's like, Rich, you're coming to me and you're saying, I want to own a McDonald's, right? And the next thing is like, who can I pay to do the marketing? And I'm like, Rich, if you want to own a McDonald's, that's fine, but you better know how to flip the damn fries yourself. You better know how to do the ordering. You better know how to lock the place up and close it down. You better know how to manage the drive-through. You better know how to manage the cash register and how to handle when things break. After you know all that, then you can never get snowed on any of it, right? Because you know how to do it all. If you own the business, you need to know how to do all that stuff. And so I had that like as my sacred cow in my mind, and I still really believe in it. But at the same time, you know, you get busy. There's certain things. It's just like, okay, I'm asking you to make a little fire, okay? And you want to grow the fire as big as possible. And all I'm saying is, okay, I'm not going to build the fire for you, but every once in a while, if you want to grab a can of gasoline and pour some on there, I've got you, right? I've got it covered, and I know it works. And so it took me a while to come to terms with that. I still want you to learn the various different aspects, even a little bit, just so you understand your business, right? Because it's just this is the new way it's going, and it's not going to end. It's just not going to end anytime soon. Yeah.
No, it's a good time. It's really exciting, and the print on demand and automatic shipping is what, being able to size stuff. You can't really understand how valuable that is unless you had a gallery. And people go, man, I just would like to see that. Just it was a little bigger or a little smaller, and it's just. But I've spoken enough. I'll let somebody else get on.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, you should call Ryan back, because who did you say you're dealing with?
Brian.
Yeah, you can call Ryan back, because there's like crazy cyber deals going. But anyway, this week. But yeah, just to finish on that, Rich, before you mute yourself, like most of a lot of the galleries, and I agree, they're going to come back, right? They're going to come back. There's no question they're going to come back. But most of those galleries, like you're doing all right, but you're not killing it by any stretch of the imagination. And like you could maybe weather one storm of 3 to 6 months of still paying your rent, and maybe you negotiate a lower rate and everything else. But then when it comes back again, like, sorry, there's just going to be so few of them left. So few of them left. And it's really actually sad on a whole bunch of levels, but one step at a time. William's asking me a really interesting question in chat. So I want to get to that one. And this will apply to I think a bunch of you, and it's a really good one. It's essentially asking me, in a previous podcast, you need to have done the proof of concept by selling physically before selling online. And so one of the things that I often advocate for is that we have so many artists and photographers that are, I've got great photography, I've got great art. A bunch of people have told me before that my work is awesome, but they've never actually attempted to sell it, right? And that's where the validation stage comes in. You need to validate that your work will sell, that you have a product that market wants, okay? And the danger is we're emotional. These are our creations. They're our babies, right? We love them. We think they're amazing. And they very well could be, but only the market can tell you whether or not they're sellable, okay? And if you don't figure out that it's sellable, and instead you spend a year and a half of your time marketing something that's not sellable, that's a problem, right? That's a problem, and we see it a ton. So you're asking how can we get through this proof of concept right now? Because prior to COVID, we would advocate for the shortest path possible. Shortest path possible. Find a booth somewhere, local trade show. I mean, you could go guerrilla style and just set one up on a corner without a permit, but get the pieces out there, have a conversation with 50 people and see if anyone bought it, right? That's the quickest way to do it. Sort of the modern digital hack for that in the COVID times that we live in is to do the live art show, right? And to go onto your Facebook, go onto your Instagram, if you have any sort of decent following at all, and talk about the fact that you want to launch a business and go through the various different pieces. I'm going to actually create a product on how I would do this, but here's what I would say, William. Big picture, you need to get samples of your work, okay? Because you don't sell 2D images. You sell the finished product. It's going to make me go grab it. I'm going to go grab it. Hold on. You don't sell the 2D image, right? And I just looked at my sunglasses, so I'll change up my normal. If you were selling sunglasses, okay, would you just have a catalog on the table showing the sunglasses? No, you wouldn't. Because people are not buying pictures of sunglasses. They're buying something they can put on their face. So when you're selling art, you're not selling a 2D image. You're selling this that goes on the wall, right? So number one, you need to get the products that you're attempting to sell in the finished way that you're going to sell them, right? So William, so you need to get some samples made of your work. Once that's done, then you figure out whatever's available to you, right? It's a game of golf, and we all have a different bag with different clubs in it, just based on our own personal circumstances. I got this guy that I drive by, and I haven't stopped yet because it's COVID and it's weird, and partially, I'm not going to say, yeah, I think his work's terrible, but he is on a main thoroughfare that I drive through to get coffee, okay, in the morning, and he opens his garage. He's got easels, and there's like 12 pieces all over to the garage. So one of the golf clubs that he's got in his bag is his house is on a main thoroughfare, and he's out there trying to do it, right? Trying to figure it out. So you kind of have to look and see what club you have. Like, a lot of people will have, yeah, okay, I'll go live on Facebook, but I have 250 friends on Facebook. And it's like, okay, I get it. 250 friends. If you turn the camera on, you probably could only get in front of 2 people. So you have to have the product, and you have to have some access to some attention. Okay, those are the 2 things. And so you kind of just need to look through what you have. If you can get to a local show or fair, man, it's so much easier. Selling art face to face is the best way to do it. The next best way to do it is live on video. If you have no following, then you need to get creative. So that's one of the things that you need to do. But I think too that the final thing, and then Ophir, I'll get to your question, is again, you have to take the abstraction of the whole thing. And I see this time and time again. Like, you guys are creators, okay? You either have a talent with a camera and the lens, and you have a talent with a brush, or whatever the work that you're created is. The premise that I'm operating on is, can you make a living by leveraging that talent, right? So, okay, if that's the case, many artists or photographers out there say, yes, but I'm only going to do it my way, working on the stuff that I want to work on, right? And they're just like, these are my babies. They're going to sell no matter what. That's what I'm going to do. And they get like bought in on it, right? And they get entrenched in it. And that's like their little hill that they're going to go die on. And all I'm saying is, okay. First attempt to see whether or not that's going to work. If it doesn't work, don't be so wrapped up on your hill to say, like, you can't go try a new style, right? Like, the analogy I give, that guy that I showed earlier, Bill Stidham, he's never painted Santa Claus before. He just did it for fun. And you know what? I've seen him sell a ton of Santa Claus. We have another member that, and I don't want to make it all about these 2 artists individual, but she has daughters. She's a mother. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. She loved Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She made a Ruth Bader Ginsburg painting. She doesn't even paint that kind of stuff at all, and was wildly successful on that. So, you have to sell your work, right? And I always quote this Picasso line because he was younger and poor, and his line was, you know, did my pieces always sell for top dollar? Absolutely not, but they sold. But they sold. He goes, my drawings, my sketches, they sold. And the takeaway is early on, like you got to make sure what you're creating the market wants. And I also, some people have been on this call before, but 45,000 works is what Picasso left to his heirs when he died that he had unsold. And so look at how much different stuff he was testing, different angles he was doing, different things he was trying, and a lot of it didn't sell because it wasn't good, right? So, but he knew that that's how you get to the good stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna build a gnarly art validation playbook. It's already on the list. What is the best way to do it? Using all those analogies, the golf clubs, all the rest of it. So, okay, that's where I'm at. All right, Athir, go ahead. You're up.
Hey Patrick, how
Yo,
you doing?
yeah,
Um, so I got a follow-up question from Monday now,
yep,
right?
yep. Shoot, that's what they're for.
Okay, so you said go on sale, right?
Yes.
So I went on uh, Monday night. I went live on Instagram like I had learned from the flash sale, right?
Yep.
Uh, and I went live for like a few minutes, showed a few pieces, you know,
Mm-hmm.
talked about them a little bit, said that select pieces from the studio would be on sale till Friday at 20% off.
Mm-hmm.
And and then of course, like you said all the time, got plenty of likes, plenty of views, but there's no button on an ATM machine
No.
with likes and views, right? I told
Yes.
them to slide into the DMs, if
Yeah.
they're interested. I could send a link for everything that's available, right? Like I was just trying to do that playbook,
Yep.
right? But so now didn't catch any fish, nobody got in touch. So what's the play?
Do it again.
Go live again.
Yep. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it.
I mean, like 5 people came when it was live,
Yep.
and then it said that they got like 180 views, but I don't know like what that means. I don't think people watch the whole thing, right?
Nobody
And
saw it. Nobody saw it.
watch it either, right?
Yeah. Nobody saw it. I did you hear the podcast I did? It was nobody wants to hear or nobody saw your.
Yeah,
Did my beep
yeah,
work? Hold on, I had a beep.
yeah, totally.
See, it's a little bit delayed. It's really hard to time that. But that's the notion of sales, right? It's like you run one and you're like, oh my gosh, I just burned my whole audience out. And it takes years of marketing for you to realize no one saw it. No one saw it. No one saw it. You don't see everything. I don't see everything. We ignore it, right? Your job is to do it nonstop from now till the drop dead shipping date of Christmas, which for you is mostly originals. You can ship all the way up to like the 20th. So from now till the 20th, 18 days, do one a day. Not kidding. Could be the same deal for the same pieces. As soon as one expires on Friday, try another one, try another one, try another one. And again, you like the analogy is just 100% true. All the fish are down here, they're over here, they're gone. The only time you can catch them is when they're at the surface. And no one that's down here even saw that you were on sale. No one saw that you were running a sale. No one saw what the deal was. No one cares that it's 20% off. They don't care up here. They don't care. It only matters when they're here. Do you have the good deal in the water? I gotta get one of those like little. I use this so much. I gotta get like a cool animation made. Like someone that can do the drawing with the boats and the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, they don't know. Dude, they don't know.
Okay, so let me make sure I got this right. So I did an Instagram live and I put it on my story, so
Yes.
it's available for 24 hours, and I put it up as a post.
Yep.
So it's still up there as a post,
Yep.
right?
Did you email your whole list?
I emailed my whole list. No, I didn't do that.
No, you didn't do that. Should have done that. And still do that right now. As soon as you get off this call, grab the link to the Instagram video, send it out. Say, just wanted to say, guys, it's Cyber Week. And of course, I've got a deal in the water. Here it is. Let's do this. Anyone, and look, all you're looking for is opening a conversation, right? Open a conversation. Have any questions? Want to schedule a private showing? Just reply, and I'll get right back to you, right?
Uh-huh.
I like that you're taking notes. I know you're going to do this. I want the entire email to your entire list as soon as you get off this call.
Yeah, okay. I just got figured out I got to do it through MailChimp, right?
Yep.
So when you reply, it's a little weird. It might make sure that I get it, right?
You'll get it.
Sometimes,
You'll get it. I mean, just there's a setting for the reply to address, which is I'm sure your email anyway. But yeah, what you want to do is send yourself. Now we're getting in the weeds, but I'm a huge nerd here. send yourself the test after you get the email ready, and then reply to it and see if it comes into your inbox.
Oh, you can reply to the test? Okay, I
Mhm.
never tried that.
There's layers to this game, Ophir. There's layers.
Reply to the
Yeah.
MailChimp test.
Yeah.
I always send myself the test. I didn't know I could, could play that game where you reply to the test.
Yeah. Yep. You can.
Okay. And then if it comes to the right address, because last time they sent it to some web, it came into my MailChimp account,
Yeah.
but it wasn't going to,
Yep.
it was, and
Yep.
it hadn't been messed up before then. So you know what I mean? And that
I do.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll email. So you take the link from Instagram
Mhm.
and then you email that to your.
Yeah. And I would use a thumbnail and let them know that it's like an actual video where you're announcing it. Yep. Do it.
Okay. So I'll do that part, right? But
Mhm.
then let's say like 24 hours goes by. It's tomorrow 6 p. Like let's say I did it at 8 p.m. I went live, Monday night.
Mhm.
So then 24 hours from then it expires on the
Not the IGTV video, right? You saved it to IGTV.
I did. I put it on the IGTV
Yeah.
video. Yeah,
So that's
it's
not.
there.
So that's not going anywhere.
But in the
That'll
story,
live there.
it's
Yeah.
only 24 hours, right?
Yep. But the minute the 24 hours expires, go right back to the IGTV video, send it to the story, and just there it is. It's back up again,
Okay,
right?
so I did that. Actually, Patrick, I did that.
Yeah.
I went back to my IGTV studio and resent it to the story. So it's a new
Exactly.
story. But what I saw was before it expired, it was like 57 views of the story, 180 views of the video, 78 likes. And you're saying all of that, nobody saw it?
Nobody saw it.
So all that happened, but nobody was actually watching the video.
Yep, they were doing other things, right? They were nowhere around. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's how it is.
That's good to know. I mean, there were 5 people on it live, so they were probably listening. But that's it. Right?
That's it. Otherwise, no one saw it.
Okay, so every day, so I don't have to go live.
Yeah, no,
day.
you don't. You already did it. So you can do that. Email your list. You send another email on Friday, says 24 hours left until it expires. And Saturday morning, you extend it for another week. Rinse and repeat.
So Friday, you keep saying all week this week that Friday is the last day.
Mm-hmm. And then you extend it on Friday. And then you extend it Saturday morning until Monday. And then you start a new sale on Tuesday. Not kidding. Not kidding.
No, I love it. I know you guys do that, but I've just the technical aspect. So Friday you extend till Saturday. Saturday till
Monday. I mean, and the days are interchangeable, right? Like once you zoom out and you get the core of it, which is it's literally the fish analogy. They're all down low. The only shot you have at catching them is when they're there. Do you have the incentive for them to take action? That's it. And by the way, like look at every single solitary retailer that you follow that you're a part of and watch and see what they do. They do this all day long, all the same time, nonstop. I mean, I showed you, right? Like, I'll show you again because I think it has a tremendous amount of merit, and I'm getting a little bit more ROI out of these screen shares. So how does Google do it? Google says Black Friday came early. Black Friday, bright and early. They sent this a week before Black Friday even started or whatever. There are their items. All the items, all the various different prices. And let's say their grid is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8. Okay. So that was the first one. Second one, Black Friday lasts all weekend. They actually sent this on Black Friday. All they did was move these things around. It's all the exact same deals on the exact same items. Now, here we go. A Monday worth waiting for. Exact same sale. Exact same email. They didn't even change the graphics. Make your Monday count was the only changes they did. The party isn't over. Black Friday, bright and early, right? So that was one little sale that they ran with 3 emails, and I'm sure they probably had a ton of other things going on with the 2 display ads and everything else. But everyone does it. Everyone does it. Exact same deals. Didn't matter. No one cares. That's how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so the only thing I forgot to do was to download my IGTV video right after I made it so that I could post it separately in Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, yep,
so
you do. Yep.
I kind of lost a little bit. I think obviously I lost some mileage on the not posting to Facebook.
Oh, it's so difficult to make that video again. Oh my gosh. Oh, here, it's so difficult to make that video again. You're not getting anywhere with me on that. Do you have any idea how many hours of live video I do on a weekly basis? I'm essentially running a retail store that's open from 9 to 5 with myself on video. Okay. You're not gonna. There's no complaining that I will accept in that department. Just ship it, baby. Ship it.
Just do another one.
Yep.
Just
do another one.
It doesn't matter what pieces you highlight each time. It doesn't matter if you highlight the same one every time.
You can rotate it around all day long. All day long.
So you could highlight one each time and say select pieces and
exactly.
DM
Exactly.
different piece. You know, because the thing is, like,
Exactly. You can mix it
oh,
up.
it look like the same piece has been on sale for like 6 months, right? Does
Mm-hmm.
that, right?
Yep.
I mean, so, but sometimes that happens, right? That the piece doesn't sell. So
Sorry, got it.
just rotate them.
Yes, rotate them. Stop overthinking it. You're getting there. I'm just having to get you there kicking and screaming.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, not kicking and screaming too much, man, because I did just join as a member.
Welcome aboard. Welcome
Yeah,
aboard.
yeah. So I'm pretty psyched.
Congrats.
I mean, I locked it in for 5 years too, because you said, it takes 3 to 5 to build it. So
Yeah, it
but,
so does. And you know what the best thing is too is that, like I said this on one of the earlier ones. Perspective is like so important, right? The perspective of how long it takes to build a great business. And many people are like, I've been doing art for a long time, and that's wonderful. I get that. I've been doing photography for a long time. Wonderful. I get that. The world doesn't care. The currency is attention. The more of it you have, the bigger your business is, right? Like I say this all the time. Who are the most powerful people in the United States right now? Embarrassed to say it, the Kardashians. Okay. They could start any business they want tomorrow and it would instantaneously explode. Doesn't even matter what it is. They could be selling fertilizer, okay? They could be selling this wallpaper back here. They could learn how to paint in a 24-hour paint by numbers class, Bob Ross status. And guess what? They'd probably sell $10 million worth in the first year because they have all the attention, right? Like that's the power. So you're going to come in now, okay? And you just bought a 5-year deal. Guess where you think you're doing? You're going on a 5-year drive, right? You're not going on a 2-month drive. So what would happen if we did the flip side of it? Sign up for a free trial today. First 2 months free, right? And then you start paying on the 3rd month, and that's it. Cancel at any time. Well, all you do is you come on, you work at it for 2 weeks, and you're like, this isn't going anywhere, and I quit, right? Because you're going for a 3-month drive or a 6-month drive. This is what happens with WordPress, with Squarespace, with any of the rest of them. Now I've got you for 5 years. Your perspective is like, I'm throwing 5 years at this. I'm pot committed. Watch what's going to happen. You're going to get in, and I already know you're doing it. You're going to start working on your marketing, and it's just going to go bup, 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 bup. And it's going to be like, this was year 1. Here's what I did Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then we're going to get you into year 2. Bup, 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 bup. Business grew by 185% last year. That's awesome. That's easy to do early on. And then just but you're going to do great. Don't worry. And if you've already signed up, you can get in, by the way, and you can go and look at the playbooks that we have behind the closed walls that gives you all of this tactical step by step with videos, the whole thing. And dude, we have the support now. I should say this is how far we're taking this. And then I got to cut you off because you're already a customer and I've done my job selling you. But we have sessions now, Zoom sessions, where our support people will offer support on MailChimp. We run them on Monday and Saturdays. Facebook ads, MailChimp, Instagram, posting, link shortening, how to execute a sale. We are actively supporting applications that we don't even use, that we don't even own, right? MailChimp and Facebook and Instagram. Why? Because that's what it takes to get you back on the course and do it. So you can attend one of those sessions, any of those sessions, anytime you want. Come on with a question and be like, I'm hung up on MailChimp on this part. Can you help me? And our team there is trained. They know how to handle it. It's a Zoom call just like this, and you'll get you sorted. It's amazing. So,
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
One quick question that'll be good for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's just about access to Patrick once you become a member, which is exactly what we're talking about, right?
Yep.
Like you sold me for sure, but also like sometimes I want to come to you directly with the question. Is this the way? Is this where you're?
Yes. These things. No. I run. Well, we're growing so fast that some of my team is running a bunch of them, but I run at least one of these a week for customers, straight up, teaching whatever the thing is, and sometimes multiple a week. But we've it's really interesting, right? And then I promise I'm going to get to the rest of these questions and do equal time. But we started this Zoom session concept, right? And it was basically like the way I think about it is it was one big schoolhouse, and everybody from kindergarten to graduate students were all in there, right? And it was awesome because it was so new, but it was also extremely frustrating because if a graduate student has to sit there and listen to somebody that doesn't know how to do 2 + 2, that's annoying, right? So we've now split them, and we call them office hours, split them into 3 groups. We call it traction, ramping, and growth. So you're in the traction group until you sell $2,000 online. I don't care what you sold before. If you sold 100, that's the group you're into. First of all, you can attend any of the sessions, okay? It doesn't matter, but we don't let you talk on if you're out on the big ones. So $2,000 or more, you're out of traction, you're into ramping. Ramping, there's an upper level threshold that I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's a lot. And then you get into the next group. And so we're now teaching, we're now teaching, we've now essentially gone to elementary school, high school, and college. Those are like the 3 groups that we have, right? And we still get a ton of people that are in technically high school that are still going to the elementary school because they like it, and that's totally okay. But that's how we have split it up now. So that's where it goes. So just don't worry. There's gonna be plenty of access. You get it with me, you get it with Nick, and you get a bunch on the team too. And we have a bunch of the agency guys teaching them now too, which is insane because if someone from the agency, all they do all day, all along is help photographers and artists on Instagram. They get really good at Instagram. They know things on Instagram that no one can know. There are so many different aspects of digital marketing being good at it. It's like no one can know it all, right? Like you have to have the reps and the sets. And if you don't, then you can't speak to it. But anyway, welcome aboard. I don't even want you to worry about this is the last thing, getting your damn website up until you're on sale from now till Christmas. Don't follow any of the guides that say, we have this like initial marketing launch initiative. I'm just telling you this right now as I like you. I don't want you to run that. I don't care. I want you to start running the sales playbooks from now till Christmas. That's it. That's it. You with me?
Yes, I'm on. I'm on board.
Right,
Thank you,
good.
Patrick.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep. And we'll see you inside. Awesome. Okay. William said something about getting samples, which I totally got to call BS on. So now I'm gonna have to grab my whole stack. Hold on. All you need, William, are 2 different papers. My green screen makes this look a little wonky. Okay, 2 different papers. All right. Canvas. Okay, so you can show it, you can articulate it. Yes, you need a metal print. Okay. Yes, you need an acrylic print. Yes, I think you need wood. But if you're just starting out, you can skip the wood. Okay. So that entire stack, I think, cost $123. $123. That's all you need to show. You just need to be able to show the product. You don't need giant acrylics. You just need a small acrylic to show, because more often than not, you're not going to be doing in-person selling anyway. You're going to be selling via video like this. And let me tell you, it's a little bit difficult when you have the big one, right? Look, this is showbiz, so I got to do the whole thing. What's easier? Let's just say, take me 1 second to get set up. Just bear with me. What's easier to show on video? This or this? Do you know how difficult it is to carry this thing? You don't need this size. You don't need this size. I mean, this thing's gigantic, right? You can pull this off, no joke, for $150 in samples. That's it. And early on, don't be afraid to sell every single solitary one of them, right? Like, make me an offer. Like, who wants to buy this thing? Make me an offer. So you do not need big ones. Just full stop, period, end of sentence. So that's what I would say. That's a very easy thing to do. Okay, it'll go Mary, and then I'm gonna get back to you, Rich. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay. Hey.
Hey.
I had a question pertaining to what you're saying about the sale. You kind of
cut out if Hudson-Odoi is on form today.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You kind of answered it, but I figured it's just a good idea to ask. With the sales and everything, should I change up anything as far as the prices, or should I kind of just really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It honestly does not matter, right? Because if you think about the fish analogy, like, they'll never know. They'll absolutely never know. So you can keep it the same the entire time. You can mix it up if you like. You know, the most important thing is that it's running the entire time. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And have something basically referencing to it like every single day.
Yes. Yes. Okay. That's it.
All right. I think of any other questions at the moment, so.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. That's Mary. Rich, you're up. Go ahead, Rich.
I just got a quick question. When you were talking about MailChimp, I've been using MailChimp for quite a while, and I was wondering if the Art Storefronts was going to have its own kind of built-in MailChimp in the future.
We do already. Okay.
Okay.
But it's different, and so when you talk about email sort of gets segregated transactionally, and then in terms of like broadcasting and content. And so the transactional, when you think about it, is like, you go onto any website and you buy something and it sends you an email instantaneously, right? Saying like such and such, here's your order number, and then maybe they send you another one when it ships in the tracking, right? And those emails always look a little different than the the MailChimp ones, right? The marketing ones that come. So yes, we have first of all, yes, we have the system built because it has to do the transactional email. That's number one. Number two, we're starting to use that same system. We have this thing called like Art Buyer AI, and if you come to the website, Rich, and you look at 2 or 3 pieces and you add one to your cart, and then you add another one to your cart, and then you end up just checking out with the one, the system tells you, hey, Rich, Patrick came to your site, he looked at this, this, and this, he added this to the cart, here's the email that you should send him. And we automatically populate all the text, okay? And it says, hey, Patrick, thanks so much for checking out the site. I'm so fired up that you ordered such and such. And literally all this text is here for you. I noticed that you were interested in some other pieces and you even added this one to the cart. If you had any questions about it, I'd love to discuss it with you. And, especially because it's your first time order, I always give great deals if you want to get 2 pieces. And then the little system will say, do you want to send this now? Yes or no. And if you hit send, it goes automatically, and that goes through the transactional system. So we have that already. The question is, will we ever move it up to like a full broadcasting platform? My guess is, I don't know. There would have to be some very compelling, reasons to do so. And we're not there yet, but could be. So that's what I'd say.
That's great, because that was my other question, was if it captures emails. It captures even if they don't necessarily purchase. If they just put something in the cart, take it out, it still captures their.
Yes, it does. But if you don't have their email, then you don't have it tied to it. You don't know who it is. It just says visitor, right? It's generic. So you can only contact them if you have the email address.
Yep.
But what's interesting, just as a final on that, is that the system knows it's you, okay? And so the system knows that you came because the cookie is tracking you, right? And so it says, okay, so-and-so came, but we don't know who they are because we don't have their email address. And then a month later, you come and I get your email address, it ties it to the data, and then you know who it is and you know everything that they've looked at, which I think is really impressive. So, yeah. But what I would say, too, as a final is it is Cyber Week. We are running a crazy Cyber Week deal. It's on every single solitary package, every single solitary plan, so you can get in there. And, there is still time to get up and running and ready ahead of the holidays. And one of the services that the agency is doing is literally setting your entire site up for you, the whole entire thing. You don't do anything. All you do is you upload the images, you say, here's what they're called, and set the prices, and we'll build the entire thing out such that you can get up, running, and ready in a very, very short period of time. So that's ready to go. To take advantage of any of it, you can just request a demo. The links are everywhere in the chat, all over our site, all over everywhere, all the time, really. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Super fun talking, and hope to see you guys all on a future one.